don't know, guys. I don't know how to feel about this series. King's Game Episode 2. If I didn't have an appreciation for the horror genre, then I probably would have been more disappointed with this episode than I am, because it feels very American. It's throwing a lot of things at you at once, and they're giving you this big cast of characters that you don't really have to care about, but they're very important to the series. And if you don't recognize that these people are here to basically just be fodder, then that's gonna be the best interpretation of how you will take this series and measure if you're going to enjoy it or not. It's like you're not here to get to know these people. You're just here to know that if everybody doesn't follow the rules of this game, they're gonna die. And really the only person you're supposed to care about, it seems like, is Nobu Aki, as everybody around him seems to not believe what's going on with him, even though it's starting to happen in front of his face. And even though more and more people are beginning to get the point of the game now, it doesn't help the fact that all of the characters are dense and we're gonna forget about them, and who really cares about them to begin with? And that is the biggest thing. And this series, it is bringing back memories of a series that we all would like to forget, which was Mayuika. That's the vibes that I'm getting from this series, to the point where I feel like it's going to fall so flat that it's gonna either end up being a joke to everybody, or it's gonna be a waste of our time. Now, we're only 2 episodes in. There's still enough time for them to maybe salvage things, and I am gonna watch the 3rd episode to see where I go from there. But that 3rd episode is gonna be vital, because it's gonna decide if I'm gonna even waste my time watching this series, or if I'm just gonna watch it at my own time. Because that's the thing about it, I'm still interested enough to actually want to watch it and see how it turns out, but they're really not making it easy for me to continue being invested in it, because just like I said last week, I just don't know how I feel about us being dropped into a second part of this series, as a bulk of this episode was about Nobu Aki's first class. And I think this series would have came off a little bit better if maybe the first half of the series was about him and his first class, and the second half will be about, you know, him escaping or getting away or whatever happened to him. And now we get this second class of people, because we only had 1 episode with some of the characters that was in his class before, and we end up, or at least I did, end up caring more about the character that's already dead from his first class than anybody that we're supposed to care about now. Granted that it looks like with them going back and forth with this flashback sequence, we're not going to get the full story at once about his previous class. It's going to be sprinkled within throughout the episodes, because it really is a big hole right now as far as what happened and why is he at another class. Now, something interesting that came up in this episode was something called the King's Ambition. So it seems like, and I'm a little bit confused about this, it seems like somebody is basically appointed to start the game or to make the rules. As we saw in this previous class, it was a student who was supposed to sleep with a girl. However, that girl had a boyfriend. So when the boyfriend found out that they did sleep with each other in order to not die from the game, he gave this guy the beats. He was pissed off, but he also ordered that kid to die. And that's where we are set down with Nobu Aki and his friend Daisuke, who was ordered to die, because the guy was just a jackass. He was just like, well, I got King's Ambition, my rule is absolute now, so why don't you go kill yourself? And everybody is just like, whoa, that was a little bit serious. So, you know, Nobu Aki stayed with this kid along with another friend of his all night, just to make sure that he stays alive, only for him to still go along with the rules of the game, which, once again, that's where the supernatural elements come in, to him just offing himself, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have did it on his own to keep this game going. But the fact of the matter is, this is a flashback, and with us going back and forth, it just seems like we would care more about the people in his first class, these people that we got now, because an interesting twist came up. I mean, first and foremost, the random guy that we are supposed to care about at the end of last episode, I guess, who just died in front of everybody. I mean, we didn't know who he is, so why should we even care? This is kicking off this new game that we're in, and now the female character, she actually is supposed to sleep with someone. But at the same time, she's a virgin and she really cares about Nobuaki. So she's just like, oh, so you don't care if I sleep with him? I don't want to just lose my virginity to some random person. I care about you. I want to do it. And at this point, Nobuaki's like, well, okay, if you need to do it, do it. So is she fucked if she doesn't fuck this guy? Pun intended, by the way. And, you know, it just feels weird. I can't really put my finger on it. I guess maybe the pacing's off knowing that this is a sequel, like maybe, and I kind of touched on this again. It's a lot of backtracking for me as well, because I touched on this last week. Like I feel like if we would have started where we were supposed to, this would come off better. It just isn't being adapted well, in my opinion. I'm not sure. I forgot if this is a light novel or if this is a visual novel. Maybe this is better if we started from the beginning, because most things are, instead of being dropped in the way that they are. And if it's anybody that has read the original source or played or whichever it is, please let me know. Let me know what you think of the adaptation of this series. But the King's Authority, and I said ambition earlier and that was my mistake. The King's Authority, I want to know how it works, because they're not explaining anything. Like, after someone dies, does it go in a circle? Does it like pick somebody else to start the game off like they're it? Because we saw that with a weird personality change. And I have to look at my notes because they've thrown so many characters at us in this series that I'm forgetting anybody's names, and I feel like I'm not gonna remember them anyway. So Natsuko, she had a weird personality change. It just seems like after she saw that Nobuaki didn't care about, you know, her sleeping with this dude, she just went like insane. Her personality changed, her face changed and everything. She was just about to drop dead, do this guy in front of everybody. And then when Nobuaki pulled her away to, you know, talk some sense into her, she turned on him and said, oh no, he's attacking me, help. And everybody believed her. Nobody noticed how weird she started to act until she really got crazy. Now everybody wants to look like, oh, okay. Which is again showing that this is a very stupid cast. I mean, I just have to call it like I see it now. The series itself, it isn't completely bad, because I absolutely love the opening. The opening, I love all English openings. I love rock openings. And this is probably my third favorite opening, because I'm at a toss-up between Inuyashiki and Ancient Magus' Bride's OP. But this one's definitely up there, and it has that feel of an early 2000s horror movie that keeps me interested. But I am more interested in the damn opening than I am for this series right now. So it was really hard for me to be invested. I mean, this was a rough episode. Episode 3 is really gonna have to knock the ball out the park for me to give this another chance. As far as theories, the only thing I can pull out is that we know that Nobuaki was formerly in love with some other female, and there's glimpses in the opening and some type of flashbacks that he has that this girl must have been possessed or something did occur with her that was very dark. And he's beginning to see shades in that as far as what happened with Natsuki in this episode, how she went from being so sweet and innocent to almost demonic and evil in her intentions, and her personality changes. So he's definitely seeing something happen all over again. So we got that mystery there, and we also have the whole thing with the king and how one person can set the game off and they get the authority. I don't know. I'm done trying to figure this out. I'm just gonna watch episode 3 and see where we'll go from there. This episode was bad. I mean, I can't sugarcoat it. It was bad. And again, if I didn't like horror overall, I would be very disappointed in this episode. But let me know what you guys thought of this episode in the comments below. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content you indulge on this channel. As I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. Tomorrow, I am not sure the flow of tomorrow. I mean, I want to do Vanishing Line, but if it comes out super late again, I'm not going to be able to. And Promised Neverland is probably coming out, so I'll have my Promised Neverland review. Saturday, we're going to get it in for Ruby Live reaction, as well as a review for Ancient Magus' Bride. And I cannot wait to see you guys then. So on that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.